Welcome in, everybody. Get ready to dive deep as we explore the amazing history of American soul music.
Yeah, it's a genre with so much to uncover.
We're going to trace its roots, how it changed and evolved, and its impact, not just on music, but on culture, too.
Exactly. We're talking about a fusion of blues and R&B with some gospel and doo-wop thrown in, all coming together.
It's amazing to think about all those influences blending to create something totally new.
Yeah, so where do we even begin with early soul?
I think hearing some early tracks would really help us understand the birth of this genre.
Well, one track that stands out is I Got a Woman by Ray Charles from way back in 1954.
I love that one.
You can really hear that gospel passion and energy, but it's mixed with this bluesy, secular vibe.
Right?
Then a few years later, in 57, we have Sam Cooke with You Send Me.
Oh, that smooth voice.
It's just dripping with romance and soul, showing us a different side of what was emerging.
So it wasn't just about the sound, it was about the feelings, the artist pouring themselves into the music.
Absolutely, and they brought that same energy to the stage, too.
You're talking about stage presence.
Oh yeah, artists like James Brown, Jackie Wilson, and Solomon Burke understood how to connect with a crowd.
They were performers, not just singers.
Exactly, they were captivating audiences with their voices, their movements, the whole package.
And then there's Motown, that legendary sound straight out of Detroit.
Motown was a game changer.
Talk about a hit factory.
It was Berry Gordy Jr.'s vision, this whole idea of a carefully crafted image and sound.
Groups like the Supremes, the Temptations, they weren't just singers, they were stars.
Meticulously groomed and presented.
Packaged for success.
You got it. Catchy melodies, tight harmonies.
Yeah, those harmonies.
Gordy knew what would appeal to a wider audience.
Breaking down barriers in the music industry.
That was the goal, and the talent at Motown helped make it a reality.
And let's not forget the songwriting.
Oh man, Smokey Robinson.
Capturing those universal emotions.
Love, heartbreak, everybody could relate. And behind those amazing vocals, you had the Funk Brothers laying down those irresistible grooves.
You can't help but move to that music.
It was talent, strategy, all coming together.
So we got this amazing foundation, but then the late 1960s roll around, and things start to shift.
The world was changing, and soul music reflected that.
It became a platform for social commentary.
More experimental sounds started to emerge.
Like a psychedelic edge.
Yeah, think about songwriters like Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong. They brought that to the Temptations.
Bringing those themes of societal change, racial injustice, into the music.
Soul music evolving alongside the turbulent times.
It's so powerful how it reflected what was happening in the world.
Absolutely, and you can hear it in albums like Marvin Gaye's What's Going On.
Dealing with war, poverty, the environment, it went beyond the personal.
And Stevie Wonder's Intervisions, too, exploring spirituality, love, social consciousness.
Artists were using their voices to speak out, to make a difference.
They sure were, and that's a perfect place to pick up next time.
We delve deeper into how soul music became a force for change and explore its incredible regional variations.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Soul music was changing, becoming more than just music.
Reflecting the times, the fight for civil rights, it was inspiring.
Yeah, a real force for change. You can hear it in Sam Cooke's A Change Is Gonna Come.
What a song. It captured the hopes, the struggles, it became an anthem.
And the impressions keep on pushing, urging people to keep going, to never give up.
Such a powerful message.
Then there's Aretha Franklin, her version of Respect.
Oh man, Aretha.
It became so much bigger than just a song about romantic love.
It was about demanding respect for everyone, women, Black Americans. It was a statement.
A declaration of empowerment?
Absolutely, and of course we can't forget James Brown.
Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, so
A
bold.
call for self-determination,
These songs weren't just entertainment, they were rallying cries for change.
So we've seen how soul music gave a voice to the movement, but it was also branching out.
Different regional styles were emerging, different flavors of soul.
Let's head down south first.
Down south, yeah, that's where soul music really took root in different ways. You had Fame Studios in Alabama.
Fame Studios, a place where raw emotion was captured.
Aretha Franklin's album, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, from '67, that's pure Fame Studios magic.
That's a classic.
And Fame also became known for this sound, Cheatin' Soul.
Cheatin' Soul, all about heartbreak, betrayal, infidelity.
Singers like Candy Staton, Clarence Carter, they really knew how to express that pain.
And Etta James, her versions of Tell Mama and I'd Rather Go Blind.
Recorded at Fame, both of them, pure emotional intensity.
Let's move on over to Memphis now, a different vibe there.
Stax Records, yeah, grittier sound.
More down to earth.
Raw talent, a tight community of musicians.
Booker T and the MGs, the house band at Stax.
Incredible blend of soul and funk influenced everybody who recorded there.
That sound, it really captured the essence of Memphis.
Oh yeah, a city steeped in music history, blues, soul, it all comes together.
Otis Redding and Carla Thomas, they thrived in that environment.
Otis, what a voice, so powerful, so passionate, a true soul legend.
And another legend from Memphis, Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes, he revolutionized soul music with his album Hot Buttered Soul.
I love that album.
Orchestral arrangements, spoken word sections, extended grooves, he created something completely new.
Symphonic soul.
Symphonic soul, it was like taking soul music to a whole other level.
Expanding its boundaries.
Then we have Willie Mitchell's Royal Studios, also in Memphis.
Where Al Green and Ann Peebles found their voices.
Al Green, that silky smooth voice, so different from Ann Peebles, more bluesy, gospel-infused.
But both of them creating music that was raw, tender, full of emotion.
And we can't forget the Staple Singers, a family group coming out of gospel music.
The Staple Singers, they embraced this style known as protest soul.
Early 1960s, songs like Respect Yourself, recorded in Muscle Shoals.
Such powerful messages: hope, unity, self-empowerment.
They used their platform to address social issues, inspire change.
But soul music wasn't just confined to the South.
Oh no, it was spreading its wings all over the country, up north in Chicago.
We have Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield with that distinctive falsetto voice, those insightful lyrics with the impressions.
People get ready, keep on pushing, soul anthems.
In his solo career, he created that iconic soundtrack for Superfly.
What a soundtrack.
Soul, funk, a little bit of psychedelia, capturing the energy of urban life.
Gritty and sophisticated, all at the same time.
Meanwhile, over in Philadelphia, a different sound was taking shape.
Philly soul.
Philly soul, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, they were the masterminds behind it.
Working with Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, the Delphonics, the OJs.
Creating those lush arrangements, strings, horns.
Romance and elegance, perfect for the dance floor.
And Philly soul's influence is still felt today. It paved the way for disco.
And it still inspires modern neo-soul artists like Jill Scott.
Absolutely. Soul music was evolving, reflecting the different cultures and sounds of America.
And speaking of different sounds, we can't forget New Orleans.
New Orleans, the birthplace of jazz, a melting pot of musical traditions.
It had to have played a part in the evolution of soul music.
Oh yeah, you had Alan Toussaint, a true New Orleans original.
He blended soul with the city's unique musical heritage.
Boogie-woogie piano, saxophone. You can hear it in the music of Irma Thomas, Lee Dorsey, Benny Spellman.
That distinct New Orleans flavor.
It's incredible how soul music took on so many different forms, reflecting the diverse cultural landscape of America.
And that diversity continues to this day.
In our final segment, we'll explore the resurgence of authentic soul music in the 21st century and how it carries on the legacy of this incredible genre.
Soul music, it's still going strong, even in the 21st century.
Yeah, this hunger for authenticity, for that raw emotion that classic soul delivers, it's never really gone away.
A real soul revival. What do you think sparked it?
Well, a few things come to mind. One is Daptone Records out of Brooklyn.
Daptone, they've been huge in bringing back that classic soul sound.
Yeah, with artists like Sharon Jones and Charles Bradley.
So sad that we lost both of them.
Yeah, incredible talents, but their music lives on. It continues to inspire.
They were amazing performers.
So much energy, stage presence, just like the greats from soul's golden age.
And then there's Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys.
Yeah, he's got this amazing studio in Nashville, Easy Eye Sound.
Easy Eye, where he's been working with some fantastic soul artists.
Robert Finley, Shannon Shaw. They're creating soul music that feels both timeless and new.
It's evolving, but it still has that soul at its core.
It just goes to show soul music, it has this enduring power.
It speaks to something deep inside of us.
It's about love, loss, hope, the struggle for a better world.
It's a genre that connects with people, across generations, across cultures.
And it's still evolving, still finding new ways to express itself.
As we wrap up our deep dive into soul music, what would you say are some key things for our listeners to take away?
Soul music is more than just a collection of songs. It's part of our culture.
It brings people together, it uplifts, it inspires.
It's a reminder of the power of music to make a difference.
It's a story that's still being written, and we're all a part of it.
Think about how soul music has touched your life.
What artists have moved you? What songs have stayed with you?
As you continue to explore soul music, think about how it's changed over time, how it's evolved.
What are some of the new artists who are carrying on the legacy of soul?
Keep listening, keep exploring, and keep the soul fire burning.
That's it for our deep dive into American soul music.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. You should do what it does.